Welcome back to Turkey in the city of Erzurum, the host of the World Mixed Doubles Championship 2012. Our future game in the Erzurum arena right now will be the final between Switzerland and USA. Sweden.
You will be listening to the commentary of me, Sarah Carlson, and the lovely, fantastic Sander Rolvåg. Also Norwegian, that's why he doesn't want to admit that Sweden's in the final. Here you see the entire playoffs. Sweden really cruised by Austria in their semi-final, while Switzerland had a very tough game against USA, ended up winning after actually scoring 5 points in 2 ends towards the end of the game to give them a 1-point lead in the last end. The bronze medal game will be between USA and Austria. We will of course keep you updated. So here you see the lineup for Switzerland: Martin Rios and Nadine Lehmann, and their coach Al Moore.
For Sweden, the lineup will be Per Norén and Camilla Johansson with coach Lars Berg. It's Switzerland playing the red stones, Sweden the yellow. Sweden will have hammer after winning the last stone draw before this game.
And here you see a female player on the Swiss team, Nadine Lehmann. She is looking to put the stone right on the button, freeze onto that yellow. And it's a really nice first shot there for Switzerland. So Sweden gonna try and follow. This really has been the key shot for Sweden all week. Per Norén has been absolutely dead on with all of his freezes. Big part in the success that the Swedish team has had so far.
Really nice draw here by Per Norén. He's been playing so well today.
And here you see the Swiss male player, Martin Rios. And already some really interesting setup play in the forefoot here. Martin's just going to come down and follow. Maybe with a bit of extra weight there. So, and a little bit of a missed line call. Comes up a little bit wide. Sweden's gonna try and come up to the inside of this red with another freeze. And Camilla Johansson is throwing the stones number 2, 3 and 4 for the Swedish team.
Lång är han. Nej, lugnt. Köla. 10 plus. Köla. Gå själv då.
Ja, den är nog bak 8.
Needs this to bend.
Ja.
Ja då, det är helt okej.
I think that was probably just a weight thing. Coming up a little bit heavy.
Återsav.
Okej.
Lägga.
Ja, ja.
So we're going to see Switzerland coming around the intern side now. They are sitting 2, but those two have created a pocket back of the T-line. And Martin's going to come up short over Carl.
Okay.
Sorry.
Fifth ace. Lange är det hårt så.
Ja, får nog. Spela den. Du kan ju styra lite den.
Ja.
So Sweden gonna follow. Like to lock one on into the pocket. Could also rub off their own yellow.
Gärna på linje.
Just makes it past that guard.
Ja, bra, kom igen.
Sits for shot stone at the moment.
Ja, bra.
Does leave Switzerland a chance to play a tap up again though, and might sit 2 there and behind cover. Martin Rios gonna find his last stone of the end for him.
Ja. Veel plaats. Escape. Escape. Veel plaats. Veel plaats, Rios.
So looking for this
Ja,
to
het
curl.
komt, het gaat erna. Ja. Fish. Nothing. Fish. Zie je. Fish.
So won't quite make it down there to the yellow, but Sweden only lying 1.
Prova trycka den lite.
Ja.
Precis igenom.
Ja.
So they're gonna play a weight just
utanför nu också.
through the house to find the outside of that yellow and push it in.
Gonna catch this one pretty thin.
Håll rent.
Ja, fart igenom.
Ja! Rent. Upp lite. Kom med. Upp lite.
It's looking pretty close here from Camilla.
Tappar ju mycket.
Ja. Ja, det är bra så.
Gonna tap it in. Doesn't get it there for a second shot, but could maybe still make a play on this.
So I think Switzerland's just looking for that tap on their own stone here. It's Nadine Lehmann to throw the last one for Switzerland of this first end. As we see more and more people entering the arena.
Vill du ha en lång mos?
Ja, ikke da. Nå plaats.
Ja.
So just waiting for a line here.
Right,
Looking really wide. Might just go around their own red here. So maybe just sweeping that to make sure they didn't tap the yellow any further in there. Not the greatest start for Nadine Lehmann.
No, I think in a lot of the games we have seen teams struggle with that side on all sheets, basically. On the intern, coming up short, over curling. Maybe Nadine just gave that a little bit extra to make sure. Overcompensated.
Alltså, man kan ju spela mitt på och sätta den på utsidan. Alltså att han curlar över, hellre det då. Slå var lite snett ut så här. Spela mitt på honom.
So Panarin really going to throw some weight at this red guard.
Looking like a difficult shot think you need to catch the inside of the yellow there at the top of the floor to maybe get that little drag effect. Or else I think you might see the first thread just dead jam onto the second. Last on of the first end for Sweden. It's Pernodén with the run back attempt.
This one over curling quite a bit. It's going to be score of 1 for Sweden.
Ja. Jag tror det inte var lite utsida heller.
Nej.
Pernodén just being a bit safe there. He was actually looking to come to the inside maybe, just here, but after 1 point for Sweden, and Switzerland gets the last stone advantage for the second end.
And in the bronze medal game, Austria scored 2 over USA in the first end. So first stone of the second end, see Sweden's Pernodén with a come around.
Ja. Ja, ja.
Maybe a little bit short of weight there, but certainly finds its way into a good position. Much rather have it there than be too heavy.
I think a key for Sweden today has been those first shots from Pernodén. It's been just locking them on the red, so
Linje is goed.
we'd like to
Veel
keep that happening here in the gold medal game.
Achtung.
We saw Sweden winning a massive
Linje is
10-1 over Canada and then 13-3 over Austria. That's certainly not the numbers you're used to seeing in the playoffs.
No, it's huge, but mixed doubles is very different, and it certainly allows bigger scores. It's not at all as defensive as you can see normal curling be from time to time. So Nadine Lehmann, Switzerland sitting 2, but that comes in a bit deeper than what they planned. So Camilla are just going to try and tap up the stone played by Per into the pocket of the 2 reds.
10.
Curla. Var med. Nej, curla. Håll den. Japp, 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 japp.
Find some great line.
Really nice shot there by Camilla. It's Sweden dominating the front of the house right now.
Enter aan.
Squat.
Lenny.
Super. T-line.
Ja, 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 ja. 10. Fish! 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 10. Fish! Sorry.
So Nadine just a little bit late on a line call there. Martin Rios will take the guard. Split them, leaving the center of the house open. So kind of been looking at making a double here.
Ja.
Camilla certainly seems focused on the hack.
Ingenting.
Might be the reason why she's making so many shots.
Normal.
Ingenting.
Waiting on this one to curl though.
This time maybe not making the shot called for by her husband. Gonna catch her
Var
own.
lite tillbaka. Ah, det är synd.
Okay.
Weil ich weiss nicht, was ich sonst spielen soll. Weil ich habe das Gefühl, da gehört zu viel, um ihn da hinzuhücken.
Ja.
Weißt du, was ich meine?
Ja.
Dann sind wir da und der ist nicht draußen.
Also.
Das 10?
Ja. 10.
Ja.
So.
Should work. Er kann halt den Freeze spielen, aber ich habe ja noch einen.
Ja.
Er kann noch den Freeze spielen, aber ich habe ja noch einen zum draufschiessen.
So decision for Switzerland. Play a normal takeout and hit this yellow and get a little roll. So you see a whole bunch of the other teams coming in to watch and cheer.
Ja. 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 Ha! Till! Till! Ha! Ha! Ha!
Steck nach.
Ja, det är till. Ja, nimm den noch mit.
Schon gut.
11.
So Switzerland lying free.
Ja.
Now I think Sweden's going to call the easier shot,
Ich meinte, der kommt.
the safer shot, just a double here.
Yep, could play a freeze. It's not really easy with those guards.
No.
When the amount of curl, and you need to be very accurate not to give up a big house for Switzerland.
But you can't catch too much of this red at the left. You might just roll over the top of the second. Need to catch it quite thin. Camilla's been very accurate.
Yep.
Not with her previous shot, but
Get it!
hopefully it has
Get it!
improved line.
Get it!
Maybe just over curling here, looking for the hit and flop instead. And she's going to make that, so it's a very good call by Pat to keep the line there.
Yep, takes two to tango. So nice teamwork there by Sweden.
Haben wir das 8 in die Nase?
Ja, ist gut.
So Switzerland looking to just switch this around, head it on the nose.
So they're going to remove their own shots on here too. Second shot.
Yep, I don't think that it's the end of the world.
Ja.
Well,
Ich will nicht.
certainly have to break a few
Just no
eggs
fault.
to make an omelette.
Noch vor!
Oh,
Nur der Vorder! Nur der Vorder!
Was? Är det lite-
Rolls out with a shooter as well.
Durchwischen.
Måste lite djupt.
Yeah, seem to have overcooked that omelette.
Spela lite hårdare, för där är
Rolling
utanför
out.
var det.
Ja.
Leaving a hit for Sweden. And normally you might be happy knowing that you can just blank and keep the hammer, but it's not like that in mixed doubles, is it, Sarah?
No, if you blank, you lose the opportunity to choose hammer. You don't even automatically get or lose hammer, but the team that doesn't score, they can choose if they want hammer or not.
And usually you'd like hammer.
Yes.
Even in mixed doubles, it's an advantage. So you'll probably be seeing Switzerland going for one here.
Kanske inte värre. Tuff.
As you're losing hammer anyway, you might as well pick up a point, tie up the game.
As Par comes down and says that maybe I put a little bit too much weight on that one, but really wanted to make sure that the yellow went away.
not often we see so a few stones in play.
No, I think we've got two teams here that are both quite keen to bail out rather than draw and tap for all eternity.
Yeah. See a couple of teams out here maybe a bit too aggressive. Here we see the last stone of the second. It's Nadine just drawing for one because both teams are just a bit cautious. Not wanting to be in too much trouble. So not often we see a draw to the open house for one, but they'll lose hammer anyway, so might as well get that point, Switzerland.
Yep, Nadine finds the paint, and Switzerland picks up a one. We have a tied game after 2 ends. If you're curious about the bronze medal game, I can't really tell you much, but the fact that there is a whole bunch of stones covering the forefoot and covering the button, and USA are just about to play their last. I think this could be maybe for 2 or 3. We will keep you updated.
So it's Nadine Lehmann to kick off the third end for Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland have a really good record here at World Mixed Doubles. They won 3 out of the previous 4 years. But this team, though, new to the scene. What do you know about them, Sander?
Know that Nadine Lehmann has skipped a junior team for a couple of years back home in Switzerland. She was picked to be the alternate player for the World Junior Championships in Östersund this year, and I do believe she came out to play a couple of games. For Martin Rios has not played the mixed doubles before, really. Just played a couple of games back to win the championships, but they've adapted quite well as we take a look at Pernodent.
Yes, well, big opportunity here for Sweden to put some pressure on Switzerland. After that first come around came up short. And this looking really good from Per.
Der, wo du gespielt hast.
Wie schnell?
Hinter 12. Keine Ahnung.
Du musst sagen.
Ich habe das Gefühl, weißt du, haben wir einen im Haus und da ist ein bisschen weh offen vielleicht.
So maybe Rios looking at a tap here. Maybe try to open things up and also leave a stone in the house. Switzerland, they're playing Sweden, which is a married couple. They've beaten 2 married couples so far today, Estonia and USA. And I thought I said on the previous webcast that Martin Rios was single. That's not correct, so my apologies there to Jenny back home if you're watching the game. Martin has been a good boy this week and has been playing really good curling. So,
And that is a fantastic tap up.
just like I said, he's been playing fantastic. So
Yeah, the reason why the tap up rather than maybe the take-out race was called there is because in mixed doubles you're not allowed to actually remove stones out of play until the 4th stone in every end. So now Sweden would be allowed to take something out of play. But for Martin Rios, it was only one thing, and that was to tap that one up. He did it absolutely perfect.
Camilla Johansson works as a florist back in Gävle.
Yep.
Is that a big town in Sweden?
Medium-sized town in Sweden. Just 1 or 2 hours north of Stockholm. The hockey team just won the Swedish Championships. Here you see the ice makers.
It's Joachim Fritz, or as we call him, Joe, to the right there from Germany. The ice maker at the Baden Hills Golf and Curling Club near Hogelsheim. He was recently a part of the World Curling Federation's ice making team for the Winter Youth Olympic Games in Innsbruck. And on the left, you have the assistant, although I think they're working quite good as a team. Scott Henderson from Scotland. He was recently an ice maker at the Flims Waldhaus Arena in Switzerland, which held the World Junior Championships back in 2010, where I think Sweden won for, on the women's side. Anna Hasselborg.
Yes, they did. So he's seen Sweden in the final before. And Camilla maybe a little bit deep with that one.
Oh. Gar niet. Gar niet wenn es geht, länge.
Martin indicated that he might be a little bit deep with this one as well. Hoping for the curl, and it definitely seems to be swinging big here.
Ja, niet zo. Ja, is klar. Hij kan niet de Vries spelen.
Ungefär samma fart som förra. Lägger man en klykan här är det helt okej.
So looking for the same weight again here to come on to this thread.
Kalla massor. Kalla massor.
So we said that we were going to update you on the bronze medal game. I told you that you had a whole bunch of stones in the forefoot, and turns out 4 yellows. So USA score 4 to get the lead. 4 shots to 2 after 2 ends over Austria.
2 Sand ist super schon.
Martin Reyes is playing a type of a double here. The half Swiss, half Spanish football lover. Played for Spain in 2008 in the European Championships, but has told us that he'd like to focus on playing for Switzerland, at least in the coming years. So doesn't make the double, but makes a good roll on top. Not sure if it's enough to last second shot though, so not too happy there with the result, Martin.
And it looks like it's yellow still sitting too. But if there's ever a way for Switzerland to come down and touch that red, both yellows could be flying, or at least moving.
So Switzerland has 2 ways in here to at least last second. They could come around on the left-hand side.
Eller om vi ska lägga hit den här. Mycket ser du av den
on the
där?
right hand side here, come around and tap the red, or you can play the run back on that
En flisa.
stone up there to the left.
Ja, lägg den där då.
I think they're going to guard the run back. Feeling that the soft weight come around, tapping on the red's a harder shot than running this guard down.
I think also it's a question of what you're going to be left with. If they make the little tap or if they make the run back.
Yeah, you don't want to be blocking off that left, right hand side as we look at.
Bara rent, bara stanna. Bara stanna.
Just looking
Orka
to
ner till den här.
guard the run back here.
Ja, kom igen då. Kom igen då. Kom igen då. Kom igen då.
We're curling a bit. I think it might just be enough to block off the run back. Not really sure.
No, and
Ja,
remember,
om man visste att han då skulle
Nadine
ta
is a lefty,
True.
so she will see a little bit more of that red as she's starting out from their right hand hack.
And she'd be playing an intern
Sen
as
är väl
well.
lite svikt
That
och
tends
sånt.
to curl a bit more maybe.
Sen är det svikt och sånt.
Might be there
Men han måste
still.
tajma att man låter oss till elma.
Ikke så.
Switzerland's got all the tricks
Nej,
up
så
their
blank
sleeves.
hier is. De X-skate, ja, is rood. Heel zo zien.
Nee.
Proberen met daar.
Klap ihn nicht. Okay, ist gut. Ich glaube, er ist gar nicht möglich. Meinst du, das ist möglich?
Rios thinks that it's there.
Also du musst
Probably
das
she
Händchen
just need to
Gelben
make
vorbei.
contact with that top
Zou je
red.
leggen? Als
Ja,
van de
goed.
leggen. Vielleicht die sich dass sie zwei machen.
Ja, außer bist du da und dann ist 3 gratis. Da ist ein Komm in das Timeout, verliere ja nicht.
So I'm going to call a timeout here actually in the third end.
Ik vind het geen früher.
Wer?
Only has one timeout for the entire 8 ends. So it's going to be Al Mort to come on the
Zo
ice.
switch toe.
Ich weiß es nicht. Jetzt hätte ich ein Timeout genommen.
Ah, wirklich.
Das ist nicht möglich.
Sliding down here
Besser legen ist
on his curling shoes. Al Mort, national team trainer for the Swiss Curling Association.
No,
Daar.
D, yellow. Yeah.
Can you see enough of that to make it?
I don't, yeah. You have to pass. Pardon me? Yeah, I know. What I was thinking about, but she's coming from the other hack, is this one. Just flash it. This one, quite weight. Okay, so this one.
But I'm coming from the other hack. Yeah.
So maybe coming from the lefty hack makes it a bit more difficult to come around the guard, but I think Al Mort has made the right call here, and that's just come down here, tap your own red onto yellow, and then onto the other yellow. You only have to, as you heard Al Mort say, move that second yellow maybe 2 inches to the second shot. So even if you're playing from a lefty hack, this shot should be certainly there. It's enough curl on the ice. Even just hack weight here I think is enough.
Yeah, you probably don't even want to throw anymore than hack.
So Nadine Lehmann faced with a difficult shot here. Needs to come around the guard with soft weight. Just make contact with her own stone at the top of the forfeit. And looking quite close. Will it curl enough for Nadine here? Just gonna go past. It's a really nice attempt.
Vi kan inte trycka
Vi kan
den.
inte, nej. För den här ligger ju där den ligger.
Vi
Den
måste
kan inte...
prova här då.
Ja. Fridragning dit. Det måste ju vara nästan här ute.
Ja.
So Sweden gonna score 2 for sure,
Gärna sopa lite och
unless
så
they make a big
får man
mistake.
släppa den på slutet.
This is a draw for 3 for Panorin. Needs to come pretty close to the button, but shot is definitely there.
Is there no chance playing the out turn here to score?
Might be.
At least playing the out turn, there's no risk. And I think you don't want to be too safe here playing the in turn. I think I've seen many teams miss this wide just because they don't want to crash on the opposition stone. But Panorin here with the last stone of the third. I think he's going to be aggressive enough to go for this fully on. To get 3. Sweeping it so far. Has he got the line? Has he got the weight? Coming down here. It's going to crash on the top red. It's just not enough. He really went for there. Just over curled a bit. But it's going to be 2 points for Sweden. And the yellows will pick up the 2 and lead the game 3 shots to 1 after 3 ends.
Yes, and in the bronze medal game, Austria took 2 back. Score there after 3 is now 4 each. If you have any questions for us, for me or Sander, you can post them on our Facebook site, World Curling Federation. You can also use Twitter, put hashtag WMDCC 2012. We'll do our very best to answer them. There you see the big prize.
Hjälp. Lugnt. Lugnt.
Panorin comes around with a perfect freeze there. It's not the first time we've seen him done that this week. Stones are in a little bit of an angle, so that's why you're seeing Nadine Lehmann here with her intern. Gonna come to the inside of the yellow.
Oh, nytt.
And we actually did get a question in earlier on Twitter about the stones, and if the players got to choose their stones, and the answer is yes. Finalists, they got to choose from all the sheets, and once they had picked their stones, the teams in the bronze medal game had their pick of stones. How important is it, Sander, to be comfortable with the stones that you're playing?
I think it has quite a lot to say. If there's a stone you don't feel, I feel like maybe it curls a bit more, or it's a bit shorter, it might just throw you off your game. But if you don't even know if it is curling more, or you're not sure if it's different from the others, that might just be just picking at your mind the whole game. And you might just be throwing it differently and missing shots because of that. You really need to know your stones and how much they curl and how fast they are. So that's why you see most teams use their practice before the competition starts. They'll use that practice to match the stones, check if there's any differences. And you see that both teams that are in the final has a coach. Not all teams here has a coach, and I do think that's an advantage, because you'll have a guy out there or a girl to make notes on all the stones, help you match them.
It's definitely helpful with the stones. I think it might also be quite good for the dynamics of the team. I mean, 2 people in a team, it's quite a small group, and it's maybe a little bit easy to get one-sided with your thoughts or what you're doing. You see both of the coaches there, so maybe just bringing another one in to help out.
Yeah, certainly if one feels one thing and the other feels the other, you'll have the coach to the side. Easy as that, 2 against 1.
Perfect. Can you bribe him? So Switzerland now gonna move up this red in the top 12 foot. Just kind of over curl slightly. Picks their own red off the button just a tiny bit. Might not be too bad to get that one moving. But then again, it really wasn't what they were hoping for.
As you said, it does loose things up a little bit for Switzerland. Easier to move the yellows. They still have that stone on the top of the 12 to use, so it's not horrible, but it's Sweden to make a play here. Flying shot.
Bättre linje. Ja. Ja. Långa den. Köla.
12, 8, 12.
Köla. Köla.
8.
Köla. Ja. 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 Jenny. Jenny.
Linje mot.
Jenny.
A really nice shot by Camilla. Makes the little double tap, and that back yellow is now frozen onto the red. And I do believe you might see a big weight from Martin Rios. Needs to move the stones around. Trying to open up the forfeit area. It's always nice to score, especially when you're 2 down. You need to pick up at least 1 point, I think.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to give up another steal now. That would give Sweden quite a big advantage.
Oh, gar nicht.
Coming down here with huge weight. And it's a pretty good shot from Martin Rios. It's going to make everything move, and the forfeit's fully open.
Oh, he was out? No, wasn't. Sorry.
That's a really good shot by Martin Rios.
Normal.
Yep, and Sweden don't want to take any chances in losing multiple scores here to Switzerland. They're just going to play the nose hit on this red.
This is where I think we might see a couple open ends, as Sweden has been setting up the end the best, and then Martin and then Nadine just needs to bail out. And as Sweden's in the lead, they don't really need to even score. So just going to remove everything that's red. And now Sweden lie 3.
Hack. Vielleicht Nummer.
Oder 11.
Okay.
You think there's a point even playing the takeout and roll? Is it not easier to just maybe get there with the draw?
I would maybe go for the draw here, especially if you want to have a chance of 2. You definitely could make the roll, but it needs to be absolutely perfect. I think the draw is maybe easier.
Yeah, and don't really. This doesn't really open things up.
When
So just that's done. Not really in the way for Switzerland. It's certainly easier to play the draw.
and you should also know that if you don't make it perfect, it leaves the opportunity for Sweden to draw instead.
Oh, a bit high there. I think Dean Lehman should have made a Martin sweep there to maybe clip off the white yellow instead. Maybe just need to look for options a bit earlier, just to have a bit more communication. Need to be a bit spontaneous. So it's Sweden line 2, and now Per Norén has a chance to come in here and lie maybe just top of the 1 foot here. And that might make things difficult for Switzerland. Last stone for Sweden.
Looks like Per put just a little bit too much weight on this one. Would have loved to
Jag duttar ju till den lite.
sit top 4 foot.
Men
Look
ser-
at that
det är bra
curl.
på den lite. Bättre att få sopa den.
That's a lot.
So anywhere touching the 8 foot now, and it would be a score of 1 for Switzerland.
And I think we just saw Brady Clark of USA throwing his last stone away, as things were maybe looking a bit difficult in there in the forfeit. They score 1, and they lead the game 5 shots to 4 as they head into the halftime break. A bit ahead of our game.
So last stone of the 4th end here in the gold medal game. Switzerland needs to find the 8 foot to score 1.
Really needs to get a point here. Can't afford to give up a big steal. Martin Rios working it hard here, and he's going to help this red stone to the 8 foot, and it's going to be a score of 1.
Perfect.
So after 4 ends, it's Sweden leading the game 3 shots to 2. And we head into the halftime break. Both teams will have a chance to talk with their coach and just mentally prepare themselves for the second half of the gold medal game. We will also maybe have a little chat, Sarah, before we come back and see the rest of the game. Be back in a couple of minutes for the final. So we're back in the Ezurum Arena for the World Mixed Doubles Championship 2012. You're listening to the commentary from myself, Sander Olvag, and the lovely Sarah Carlson sitting next to me here. She's from Sweden. She might be hoping for a Swedish victory here. I don't know.
I might be. And here you see Nadine Lehmann starting off the fifth end. What's the call, Sander?
As always, just the freeze shot here. Down onto the yellow stone. Just sneaks by the guard. Just a little bit of weight there. But really nice shot. Doesn't leave much separation between those two. And if you're just joining us for the first time this week, don't know why you wouldn't have joined us earlier, but this is the mixed doubles, and maybe Sarah can fill you up on the rules quickly.
I sure can. As you see Perner in sliding out the hack there. Mixed doubles, you've got 2 players on each team, 1 male, 1 female, and you play 5 stones in every end.
Yep.
But both teams start off with a stone each that's being pre-positioned by the umpires. The team with hammer will start off with a shot stone just back of the button, and the team without hammer starts off every end with a centre guard. That's why we see all the come around play to the forefoot, and that's also why the opening shot is always a freeze. So far I haven't seen a single team call anything different. Have you, Sander?
No. I've seen different results, but I haven't seen it being called differently than the free shot.
So what results do you think are acceptable? What can you do with that first stone?
Anything in front of the tee line I think is okay, but you like to come into the house. Top 4, top 8 is okay, top 12 is even fine. If you start throwing a guard, it might not be the best, but you don't want to be in the back of the tee. It's really hard to score if you put all your stones in the back of the tee. Your opposition will be controlling the front of the house and make things really difficult for you.
Yeah, definitely. Even if you find the perfect line and come up and tap that shot stone a little bit too far, it just creates a lot of separation, and the team with hammer normally benefits from that separation. So do you want to have the freeze dead on or a little bit in front?
Yeah, but even just that little tap we saw from Lehmann is also quite good, I believe.
Yeah, definitely okay. Here's the female player for Sweden, Camilla Johansson.
Ingenting, kom här. Ingenting. Ja. Nej.
Ska jag köra?
Ja, jättebra spel. Bra.
Yeah, it's a good shot by Camilla. Does remove that stone from the front of the tee line. Puts it back. Obviously Sweden with the last stone has a bit more reason to keep stones in behind the tee line. But always looking to just keep that 1 foot open so they can score.
Yeah, definitely. They are 1 point up, and just scoring 1 is a good result for them.
Ja, får 4. Come on, baby.
Really nice draw from Martin Rios.
Ja.
Du vill inte att vi ska öppna upp?
Kan vi I och för sig göra.
So Camilla suggesting there that they peel off the guard. Might not be a bad call. You want to enable yourself to score at least one.
Well, you might just see Switzerland putting the guard back on, and so you just run down a stone.
Yep.
Maybe wanting to come down and tap up the yellows.
Get it! Get it!
He's just gonna overcurl though and run this one back.
Ja, bättre så.
Still okay there.
Okay.
I do think Switzerland is playing the guard.
That sounds like a wise call to me.
Ja.
It's not always so easy playing the guard, especially here because mostly you play draws. So if you want to take off maybe 6 feet, 12 feet off the draw weight here, you might find a different line, and you might see the stone overcurling, as you don't play too many draws, guards. It's
Waterwedstrijd. Waterwedstrijd moet wel veel curlen.
might not be so
Ja,
easy.
zo neem naar binnen. Ja, 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 ja. Fish! Fish!
When you don't have your
Zie het,
sweepers either, even though
Ja, nog een.
Rios is doing a pretty good job, but he is sweeping all the stones, and he also has to run up and sweep, so don't have that sweeping straight from the start. That one really doesn't find the line that Switzerland would have hoped for, and I think there's a double on here for Sweden now.
Yeah, looks like a double to sit 3.
Eller mer än normal bara. Spela lite mer än normal då. Ja. Och med. Och med. Japp, japp. Japp. Get it!
Looking pretty close from Pinolet. And does make the double there. And Sweden is going to lie 3. And Switzerland only has 1 shot left. And they might just have to play a double here and give a weight to it.
Der Rollzweig. Kann man auch. Der da oben durch.
Okay.
Also weißt du, wegen der Winkel nicht?
Ja.
I think you want to hit the yellow on the side that Martin is standing on.
Wenig zum Rollen da.
Also.
Here you see pretty much everyone that participated in the competition this week, plus a few others.
I think I just saw some Norwegians sitting there. They're not hard to spot.
Oh,
Their
you
flag
can have those
pants.
pants.
Mit so wenig.
Nee. Als we nu nog achterhouden.
Siehst, bist okay?
Dit is prima. Ja, ja.
I don't think Martin is too happy with the situation here. Has to play a double to more or less allow Sweden to take 2 points.
En dan even niet over
And that's
curlen,
15.
Kel. En dan echt niet over curlen. Dus kijk erin of is er rood.
So we saw Nadine struggle a bit with takeouts in
Ja.
the semi-final against USA. Didn't really find the line.
Ja, ja, ja. Ja,
She's gonna
Fish!
overcurl here.
Oh!
It's gonna make the double the other way, I think, and she even sticks for shot stone here, in behind the guard.
Yeah, really nice shot there by Nadine, and nicely called as well.
Jag spelar nog lite mer.
is an opportunity for Sweden to score 2, but it's definitely harder now. Last stone, the 5th end.
Bra fart.
Sweden looking for a score of 2.
Ja. Nej. Nej. Ligger bra. Ligger bra. Ligger bra.
Looking pretty good here from Parnoren. Finds the nose of the red, pushes it back and scores 2. And Sweden will move to a 5-shot to 2 lead after 5 ends.
And some really exciting news in the bronze medal game where Austria just played a tap for 4. So the score now after 5th end there is Austria leading the game 8 shots to 5.
So we see the stones placed in play here.
Yep, and like we told you earlier, first call will be the comer and freeze.
The freeze.
Ja, kalla då.
So it's the umpires that comes
Nej,
on
bra
and
linje nu.
puts these stones up before every end.
Bra linje.
And Parnoren seems to have found another beauty. Lovely play by the Swede.
Snaggies.
And now we're looking at a very interesting call. It's going to be the tech shot, I believe.
I think so.
Not sure if I've seen this call yet.
Ja,
Oh,
ja,
this
ja.
really is interesting. If
Ho, ho!
Switzerland can just make this
Stopp,
into
sen ut.
2 corner guards, and they do have hammer,
Ja,
it will make this end look like more of a, what you would say, normal end of curling.
Perfekt.
Yeah, pretty good shot. Would have liked to move the yellow a bit further, but has taken it off the center line and rolls away to set corner guard. Wonder if this is a call they've gone over with their coach Almor maybe beforehand, knowing that Parnoren plays those freezes so well. Just maybe looking at a counter-attack shot.
So are Sweden now going to come down with another freeze, or are they looking to put up a guard?
I think it's just a guard here.
Jättebra linje nu.
It's so deadly frozen onto
Ja, håll rent.
Switzerland's stone there.
Ja.
But
Nej.
seem to be coming all the way down here.
Ja, bra Camilla. Det är jättebra
And,
där.
works out really well.
Strook in de gladus. Zoeken.
Wie snel?
Backline.
Oké.
Maar het is niet genoeg.
Nou is goed. Sam.
Ist gut, vielleicht zu lang.
Achtung, Achtung.
So here's the attempt for Switzerland to move the stones around a little bit, get the angles off and create some separation.
Sit. Sit!
And that stone will hang on to the back 12 foot. Nice played by Switzerland there.
Okay.
It's a really useful red that's frozen onto that yellow.
Bara ett uns
I
mer
think
fart.
that red stone's hanging at the back because of Martin's strict voice.
I would stop if he yelled at me that way.
So Martin Rios maybe really fired up for the final here. Sweden, on the other hand, they look quite calm. They have all week. It's a good calm. It's a confident calm. Just playing well and keeping their emotions under control.
Yeah, I think they are a very strong team, and they definitely don't seem to be stressed about the situation or anything like that. Just out there to make their shots.
Playing curling for quite a while. And I think that was just an option being made there by Per. Camilla came down a bit strong. So swept it by the red. Sweden line 3. Switzerland really needs to score here. Really needs 2 points.
Meinst du nicht? So halb, 3/4 treffen. Das Gefühl, längs, ich will nicht unbedingt gerade vor dem liegen bleiben. Weißt du, was ich meine?
Er zit 8, maar er staat niet.
So schnell? Okay.
Also der nun. Nun.
9 ist, glaube ich, gut.
Ja.
Ja, nee.
Curl.
So
Yeah.
doesn't curl quite enough, and the shooter stone will roll away and cannot manage to get that last yellow at the back to move out. So Switzerland only lying second shot here. But it's in behind the guard.
Ja,
Det borde vara lätt här då, va?
det är lätt ja.
Ja.
So Camilla looking to corner freeze that red in behind the guard.
Ligger långt ut.
Ja. Frysning. Duttar i fart. Duttar.
Ja, kom igen då.
Just a bit heavy here, and Per again just looking for the option.
Den här är helt
And
Manages to set 2, but I think it's left a double. Or I think they have left a double.
Aber der muss wirklich nur 2 Santimeter.
Maybe even a
Wat daar?
Eigentlich wie
Treble.
triple.
Leben von aussen.
Zo.
Even noch weniger. 2 Santi ist
I
gut.
think is there. Can
Gut, 80.
remove all 3 yellows here,
Ja.
and lie 3 could be a huge turnaround in this end. Rios looking for the big shot. Lovely shot by Martin Rios. Even gets to roll in behind the guard. They sit 3. What a peach from the half Swiss, half Spanish curling player.
Yeah, really nice one.
Yeah, got the crowd going there.
Sweden, we're talking about freezing the shooter stone there from Rios, but they are just going to remove the back red, feeling that if they don't make the freeze perfect, they could be looking at a score of 4 for Switzerland, which would give them the lead. A score of 3 would mean that it's a tied game.
Also has the option to play the run back here, but again, it's a risk there. Might give away 4. Play the scoreboard here. As you said, even if they gave away 3 here, they'll be tied. So plays the hit and stick there, Parnoren.
Synd på din då. Då kanske man skulle ha släppt den egentligen, så att de styrt mindre. Så de styrt ner här.
Ja, det kanske går då.
So bit of a imprecise shot from Camilla, and then a fantastic triple takeout from Martin Rios has hit up this end for Switzerland. Nadine Lehmann here, the last stone of the 6th end, just looking for the draw to the 8 foot to score 3. Martin Rios comes out to sweep, and it's always a good sign that the brush is moving. And then let's go, and this red stone's going to settle down just at the back of the forfeit.
3 red.
3 red. You hear him.
Welcome back on the game.
So after 6 ends,
still alive.
Switzerland ties up the game, 5 each.
And yeah, welcome back to the game. It's just like a final should be. Meanwhile, in the bronze medal game, USA scored 2 back to catch up a little bit on Austria. Austria still leading the game 8 shots to 7, and they will have hammer in the 7th end.
Linie, Schnurrplatz.
Lang nu.
Achtung, Achtung, Linie. Ja, 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 ja.
Håll länge.
Ja.
Ho!
Först.
Håll ett skott.
Först. Ho, ho.
Försök se.
So nice line there by Nadine. Very cool to call Martin off.
Yeah, just squeaks by the guard and sits on top of the 1 foot. Sweden looking for the freeze. Parnoren with the outturn come around. See, not putting too much pressure on the broom. I'd say nothing.
It's all about the balance.
He's gotten them to the final of the World Mixed Doubles here, but hasn't gotten them past this guard. Tick off.
Farten var helt okej. Känns som att jag var lite insatt. Jag tyckte det för...
Just feeling like maybe he was sliding a little bit inside the broom there.
So maybe Switzerland It's gonna
2.
keep up their momentum here. Scoring 3 in the previous end, maybe do some good shots, maybe even pick up steals.
Yeah, really great end by Switzerland, and I think an interesting and a very good call there, splitting the centre guard with Nadine's first.
Sorry. Super guard.
So it's Switzerland that's been will be looking to make hay while the sun still shines.
Yep, they sure are. That's best time to make hay, I believe. I don't know. I think he overcurled a little bit with that shot though. Camilla gonna come down and find a good angle onto the red shot stone.
Alltså snedfrysning på den här är också okej.
Ja, men vilket ska vi göra?
Vi spelar hit.
Ja.
Curla, Matser. Curla, Matser. Lång är den.
Ja, drygt 10. Kalla då.
So Camilla again just a bit heavy with the draw.
Difficult to say who's shot there.
Nästan.
There is a whole bunch of stones behind the tee line, so Switzerland able to come here now. They are going to get a hit and roll off of this wide yellow. Remember, this is the 7th end. Game is tied. Be quite good for Switzerland to just steal one or allow Sweden to steal one. Just want to make sure that we don't give up any sort of multiple score.
Ja, 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 ja! Ho, ho! Ja! Ho, ho!
So it doesn't quite make the roll here, Martin Rios.
Hat die Fluss sogar nicht mehr gehört.
Ja, så gott.
Så vi får lite rang och då kör
Spela normal då, alltså ta en fart och curla så gör du ju den.
Ja.
So now Sweden looking for the roll.
Ingenting.
And a miss there from Camilla.
Yeah, quite a big miss. Had a chance to set up the end here. Switzerland just looking pretty good for that stone.
Bist du nicht dafür?
Top of the house.
Weißt du, wenn
Center
wir
guard
da
up.
sind, wenn einen da hat, dann
And
bringen
a
wir
chance to
nicht mehr
draw
raus. Dann haben wir
one
2
more in
Füße
to the
da.
forfeit.
Und wenn da perfekt kommt, kannst du noch auf der schiessen, wir haben 2 Beisser.
So.
Ist okay für dich?
Ja.
Nein,
Mal, du musst nicht spielen, ist gut.
wir haben genug Zeit.
Hä?
Wir haben genug Zeit.
Ich hätte jetzt auch Ende von dieser Seite. Es geht ja auch nur ein bisschen hier. Das Problem ist nur, wenn er nachher nicht genug geht, kann er den machen.
Ja, wenn der nicht perfekt kommt, spielt der daheim. Wir bringen ihn nie mehr raus, weil wir da wie eine Wand haben. Und ihn zum einen zwingen ist jetzt ja fast gut. Oder?
Ja,
den
ich kann auch, wenn du hier spielst, kann er auch hier den Freeze
Dann
machen.
kannst du drauf schiessen. Aber wir können von dieser Seite spielen. Ich würde jetzt die Offenseite zutun.
Also ist gut.
Ist okay für dich?
Ja, du musst es
Spielen wir
spielen.
Mir kommt es nicht drauf an.
Du musst es spielen.
So it's looking like Switzerland might just come around here. They can get maybe half tucked in behind the stone at the top of the 8.
Platz hast du nur.
So really make things difficult for Sweden.
Einfach Länge. Noch viel Platz zum Girlen. Und so viel Girlen. Und so viel Girlen, Dias.
Looks like he has a lot of room here.
Ja, jetzt. Ja, nimm ihn noch ein.
Gonna pull up a bit short,
Push.
but maybe not too bad right there.
Oh, that one's definitely going to make it difficult for Sweden to get a stone in a good position.
So 2 stones left for Sweden. Camilla Johansson looking to bring the heat down here. So peel weight,
Rent.
trying to move some reds.
Ja, det är bra.
She'll only get one.
Ja, bra Camilla.
Yeah, would have liked to
Känns
at least
som att
move
man
that
kan
red
i alla
a
fall
bit
få
more.
vägen in här.
Now they've now the left hand side's kind of blocked off here. And if Nadine can put this maybe half tucked in behind the top yellow,
Ja,
just maybe biting the forfeit, that'll be pretty hard for Sweden to score. Could be a really important shot for Switzerland right here. If you miss, you might give up 1 to Sweden, but if you make it, you could be stealing maybe
händer kort.
1 or 2 here.
Ja, Linie.
Kom maar. Ich meine, es ist gut.
Nein, nur Länge. Nur Platz.
Nu.
Nur Platz.
Looking maybe a little heavy here from Nadine Lehmann.
Oh,
I think Martin Rios is just gonna make sure it comes all the way to the back, not leaving too much of a pocket for Sweden. So it doesn't really help Switzerland too much right there. I think you'll be better off pulling up short there.
Yeah, pulling up short would make it difficult for Sweden to find a way in.
Det här känns ju inte lika nu, för nu känns det som du träffar
Ja.
varandra här.
Men det är frågan om vi vill... Alltså, jag är villig på
Timeout
topp
being
2 och
called.
skänka dem en etta.
Lars Berg coming down to the ice. Question
Det
is,
kan du ju även göra med den här dragningen.
do you want to take one or do you want to let Switzerland have one?
Men det är ju det om man
What do you
ändrar
want
ner
the
mot den där.
situation to be in the last end?
I might have to chew on that for a second.
Meanwhile, Austria picks up the bronze. It's handshakes on sheet A after a big score.
På om vi ska dra en enda
Not
hit
really
och
sure
släppa
what
den.
the final score is yet. The umpires are yet to put it up. But USA have decided that there's no point in playing the last end.
Ja. Alltså samtidigt skulle vi dra den bättre och vi limmar den första Säg det också ett bra utgångsläge.
Ja, men alltså mål är ju att dra en hit och släppa en etta, så var sista stenen sista. Kan inte det kännas vettigt där?
Känns det bra för er? Ja,
Ja.
det skulle det vara så att det blir så.
Blir det kort alltså,
Ja.
så får vi väl ta en poäng då.
Ja. Sikta på dran här då, så kan vi sopa det ner dit.
So Per is going to play the draw, and they have decided that they would like to have Hammer coming home in the 8th end, so they actually want to give Switzerland one here.
Pretty interesting call. A draw to give away one.
Yeah, you don't see that too often.
No, well, you might see a draw to give away one if there's no other option, but they're
When you
just
have a draw for one.
yeah, they're just gonna leave this draw a foot and a half too short to give away one. Last stone of the 7th end. Remember, doesn't want to get the 1 foot here. Just wants to nibble the 4 foot maybe.
Does not want to wreck on the yellow though. It'll be fine.
And
Ja, den där hade jag inte räknat med.
has given away 2 here.
Ja.
Sweden, that was
Jag tror vi har
certainly
fått
not
den
the
här
plan.
vägen. Jag trodde inte hon var risk där, eller jag ser inte det.
Ja, jag visste inte exakt hur lång den var heller.
Den var ju ner dit.
So after 7 ends, Switzerland is going to lead this game 7 shots to 5.
Jag skulle ha ropat den, ja, den var ju ner dit klart alltså.
Yep, and as exciting as this game is, it hurts me to say I'm gonna have to miss the last end. I'm gonna leave you alone, Sander, because I need to make it back in Sweden on time. So thanks to everybody who's been listening in this week, and I'm pretty sure you're in good hands with Sander Relvog. He's gonna take you through the final end of the gold medal game.
Unless I'm too depressed that you're leaving.
Yeah, some tears in Sanders' eyes now. And in mine too, but pretty confident that this final end's going to be a good one. So take care, everybody.
Goodbye, Sarah.
Bye.
So to give you the update on that last score in the bronze medal game, it was Austria picking up 4 points in the 7th to make it a 12 shots to 7 win. USA certainly not feeling that. Scoring 5 was a possibility in the 8th end, so they shake hands and Austria picks up the bronze. Nadine Lehmann plays a really nice draw here. I believe we see the same from Sweden. They're going to play the end turn. And he's going to wreck on the guard.
Oj.
Det är lurigt om inte den där curlar mer.
Although when we saw Switzerland pick up 3 points in the 6th, they play the tick shot. This is almost a tick shot. Does move the red stone off the center line. Rolls to the wing, even into the house. So a bit more quiet here in the Ezurum Arena as the bronze final has
Linje is eng.
as the bronze final has done.
Super drauf, Kosch.
Strof?
Ja. Leider.
Hä?
Leider, ja. Ah.
Martin Rios coming down here, but maybe a bit too much weight. He's going to tap us on to the back of the tee.
Sorry, viel zu lang. Weg bin ich.
Alla de här hamnar på led så här. Lite så här. Det gör ingenting med utsidan så att de tittar ut här.
Bak, borta.
Ja.
Ja.
We saw this Swedish team having some health problems, just as you hear Camilla with that loud cough. She's had all
Ingen
week.
fara med farten eller för...
But they're feeling better today, and they had 2 really good games. Beating Canada in the quarters 10 shots to 1, and then Austria 13 shots to 3, just dominating the ice today. But now they're 2 down
Långt ut.
against Switzerland in the final.
Jättelångt ut. Jättelångt ut.
Haven't really been
Ja, men-
so
Nej,
precise
ingenting. Ingenting. Ingenting.
as they have been.
Ingenting. Ingenting. Ja, ja, ja.
This little tap.
Nästa.
Så.
Nej.
Hä? Pause?
Weniger Eis. Wir müssen schauen, dass der Shooter nicht dort liegen bleibt.
Aber geht auch nicht an den?
Am liebsten
Initially, I heard
Rostock,
Martin
so.
calling the double, but
Oder,
Aber geht auch nicht an den? Wo
I
bleibt
think
hier?
it's just going to jam
ja, eben, je höher dass wir
on
den
the red,
treffen, der ist ja
on the
egal.
back of the fort.
Oder nicht?
Und der,
That's the
und der
point I
so?
think Nadine's making here.
Das Gefühl geht nicht. Der ist höher, tiefer.
Okay.
Ich will den spielen.
Also, ist gut.
Oder sonst
Gut.
der da.
Ist gut.
So let's see what Martin can do here. Looking quite difficult. Can't see too much of the yellow. There's a chance to wreck
Halbe!
on the front stone. So I'm playing a really nice triple takeout in the 6th end to set up that 3. With the backswing here. In turn. Big weight.
Sorry.
And he's going to catch the yellow.
Sorry.
And he's going to be a bit lucky there. Apologising to the
What a
Swedes.
breit bin ich gewesen, ja?
Curling is a gentleman's sport. If you make a shot, you're not calling. Often you'll apologise. So things are really open now. One guard in front. I believe Sweden's playing the draw around it. Doesn't want to be playing any hits here. Needs to keep stones around. Got to make sure to leave the yellows in the correct spots. Just come around the guard. At least you'll have one protected. The second of 3 stones for Camilla on this end.
Kolla. Ja, gå
Coming
själv,
down
gå
here,
själv,
looking for curl.
gå själv. Inte ett drag. Den är lång.
Martin is standing there ready to sweep. And behind the tee line.
Sitt då. Sitt då. Sitt. Ja, bra Camilla.
And I wonder if maybe Martin would like to play the double off his own.
Wieso nicht gerade so?
Typical Martin shot.
Aha.
If you just click the red onto the back yellow. But I think he's going to be
And
a
look.
bit safer with it. And just play the open hit on this yellow.
So.
Also.
Certainly don't want to give away 3 here and the game. to make sure that Sweden can only lie 2 stones in the house at any time. Obviously, they won't be able to score more than 2. So maybe just a bit tight here. But looks fine. Plays a nose hit. And Switzerland, they lie 2.
Mycket åt det här hållet för att trycka undan, för den där är sämre än den.
Nej, men jag tänkte om man skulle spela den här och vikt ut.
Ja.
Eller en 2-sten här.
Den där är ju bra att göra. Även om den blir etta så är den väl.
Ja, det är ju det om de går efter och trycker den. Det är om man skulle dra en här.
Ja, fast då kan ju de runda här.
Ja, vi spelar den här.
Yeah.
So it seems like Sweden has
Tittar
made
han
a
ut lite
decision.
grann så är det helt
Looking at
okej.
maybe playing some type of freeze on the 2 reds, but has elected to come around the guard. Don't really need to set for a shot here. The deeper you go, the easier it's going to be for Nadine Lehmann to come and tap the stone out. Camilla with the in-turn draw. Her draw weight's been a bit dodgy in this game, but really needs to find the weight here. Looking pretty good.
Ja, nu kör vi.
So sweeping it at the end to get that little extra curl. And will get shot stone in behind the guard. Really nice draw, important shot there for Sweden.
That's it, Mecca. I was glad kvar. Ja, skott.
Vorne 8 ist super.
Och för andra sitta.
So!
Vill du se?
Nein.
Okej.
Vorne 8 ist super.
So big shot here. It's the last stone of the 8th end for Switzerland. It's the young 21-year-old Nadine Lehmann, all alone in the hack in front of everyone. Needs to find the freeze.
Slå blank.
Lang.
Hæ?
Så lang.
Lang. Is er lang?
Ja. Is er.
Ja, iets. Oh nee, ho, ho.
Curl.
And maybe the pressure just getting to Nadine Lehmann a bit there.
Den är ju tunn. Jag tror inte att den där går så här. Eller...
Titta, du kan ju alltså skava
And
den.
it's certainly going to be a hit for 2.
Där är det halvträff.
But Sweden looking at maybe scoring 3.
Om du spelar en jättetunn då?
I think it's there, but do you really want to risk the game right here? Or do you want to take 2 and try and steal in the extra? Obviously stealing in mixed doubles is a lot easier than in normal curling. But I I think Parnoren is going for the glory shot here. So, crowd is buzzing. Parnoren looking for the double to score 3 and win the game right here for Sweden. Last stone of the 8th end. It's been deadly with these takeouts earlier in the week. And now he's going to jam, and it's only going to be one for Sweden. And Switzerland is going to win the game here. 7 shot to 6 over Sweden. Parnoren went for glory here with the last stone, but couldn't quite make it. So it's Switzerland that will be the champions. Sweden takes the silver, and earlier in the bronze game we saw Austria beating USA 12 shots to 7 for the bronze. Martin Rios and Nadine Lehmann, with coach Al Moore, wins the gold here at the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship 2012 in Erzurum, Turkey. So that's it for the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship 2012. Thank you for watching. Switzerland is the champions here in the Erzurum Curling Arena.